Good morning, or good afternoon, depending on when you're watching this. I'm going to go ahead and work through the study guide so that you guys are prepared for your quiz next time I see you. So for my West friends, that is on Tuesday, and for my Miller kiddos, you're going to be taking your quiz on Wednesday. So let me go ahead and write answer key up here. All right, so question number 1 says solve the following system by graphing. So luckily, this one is already in slope-intercept form, so I'm going to go ahead and graph that one first. So I'm at 6, and my slope is -3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. I'm just going to continue that for a while. Okay, let me make sure I went. Yep. Okay, now this one I have to change into slope-intercept form. So I'm going to get -4y equals 5x plus 4. And then I have to divide by -4. So I'm going to get y equals -5 over 4x minus 1. So I'm going to start at -1. I'm going to go down 5 over 4. Oh, and then I see right there is going to be my intersection. So I can go ahead and graph this, connect my dots, and then connect my dots. And you can see that the solution is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, -5. Remember that solution is always going to be an ordered pair because that's actually what we're looking for, right? All right, question 2 wants me to do substitution. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to isolate one of my variables. So I'm going to change this to y equals -5 minus 3x. So then I can take this expression and put it here in this equation. So I'm going to have -2x plus 2 times the quantity -5 minus 3x equals -2. So then I'll distribute this 2. So I'll get -2x minus 10 minus 6x equals -2. Then I'm going to combine my like terms since these are on the same side. So I get -8x minus 10 equals -2. Add 10 to both sides. -8x equals 8. So I'm going to get x equals -1. And then I can put that up here, right, into this beautiful little equation. So -3 times -1 is 3. So 5 plus 3, because that's now a +3, is going to be -2. So my y is going to be -2. So my answer is going to be -1, -2. All right. Question 3, let me scoot my computer out of the way a little bit. It says solve this system using elimination. All right, easy enough. I'm going to go ahead and multiply this second equation by 5 because then I'll have a -5y here and those y's can eliminate each other. So I'm going to have 7x plus 5y equals -1, and then I'm going to have 20x minus 5y equals -80. So when I combine these, my y's are gone, and now I have 27x equals -81. So that gives me x equals -3. And then I can put that -3, of course, back into either of these equations. So I'm going to do 7 times -3 plus 5y equals -1. -21, let me scoot this up, plus 5y equals -1. That little scooting sound is my Fitbit I started wearing. It's like rubber and it keeps scraping against the desk. Okay, anyway. So then I'm going to add 21, so I'm going to get 5y equals 20, and I have y equals 4. So my ordered pair for this one is -3, 4. That would be my solution to this system. And then number 4, you get to kind of solve however you want. I'm going to go ahead and assume, even though I know the risks I'm taking, that most of you did elimination. So I would have multiplied this top one by 4 and the bottom one by 5 so that I can cancel my y's again. So I'm going to get 16x minus 20y equals 120. And I'm going to get 15x plus 20y equals 35. So then these cancel out, and I get 31x equals 155. And then if I'm correct, x will equal 5. Let me make sure. I don't want to lead you guys wrong. Let's see here. 155 divided by 31. Yep. So x is 5. And then I'm going to put that in for this second one just because it has addition, and you guys know I prefer that. So I'm going to do 3x plus 4y equals 7. 15 plus 4y equals 7. So I'm going to get 4y equals negative 8 because I'm going to subtract 15 from the 7. So y equals negative 2. So my answer here is going to be 5, negative 2. My solution. All right, so that's the first page. I'm going to zoom out in case you guys want to take a look at the whole page. It's hard with these lights in this room, you guys. It's so bright. I don't think that helped at all. So I'll just kind of zoom up here and slow pan. You can pause if you need to. Okay, page 2. We have a concession stand, and remember I saw this mistake. This word hot dog should say popcorn. Okay, so we have popcorn and soda. Popcorn is $1.50. Soda is, oh, this should say and. Look at all these mistakes. And each soda option costs 50 cents. At the end of the night, I made $78.50. You sold 87 items. You must report the number of popcorns and sodas that were sold. Determine how many of each. Okay, so my first variable, x, is going to be popcorn, and y is going to be soda. If you had these flip-flopped, it's fine, but that just means that your equations might be a little bit different than mine, right? So I know that I sold 87 items. So x plus y is going to be 87. And then I know when I sold these 87 items, $1.50x plus 0.50y for my soda was $78.50. Okay, so now I need to figure out how many I sold of each. So I'm going to write these down here. I'm going to go ahead and just do substitution. I'm going to change this one to y equals 87 minus x. You can do elimination. I did have a student yesterday who decided to rearrange things and eliminate, and that's totally fine. Remember, it's kind of a choose your own adventure scenario. But if you're struggling on finding a method, then of course I would encourage you to use this one. So I'm going to take this 87 minus x and I'm going to put it right here where this y is. So I've got 1.50x plus 0.50 times the quantity, 87 minus x, and that will equal $78.50. Let me get my calculator out here. So let's see, what is 50 cents times 87? It's $43.50. So I've got 1.50x plus 43.50 minus 0.50x equals 78.50. So this is where I need to subtract my like terms. So $1.50 minus 50 is $1, right? So now I have 1x plus 43.50 equals 78.50. So I just have to subtract $78.50 minus $43.50, and I'm going to have x equals 35. So if I know x is 35, and I sold a total of 87, I can do 87 minus 35, and I know my y is going to be 52. So I solved my variables, but down here it says identify the solution, interpret your answer. Okay, so what does the x stand for? What does the y stand for? So my solution is 35.52. That would be if I graphed them, right? This would be the ordered pair that they intersect at. The interpretation is that I sold $35 popcorns and I sold 52 sodas. Because my x was 35 and my y was my soda, which was 52. So that's all you would have to say. I need to know that you know what the x and what the y stand for. So that's the interpretation part. Okay. All right, let's do another one. Two numbers add up to 44. The second number is 14 less than the first number. What are the values of the two numbers? Easy peasy. So I'm going to make the x my first number and y my second number, just so I can keep track. All right, so I know they add up to 44, so x plus y equals 44. The second number, so that's y, equals 14 less than the first number, so that's going to be x, my first number, minus 14. So now I'm going to solve this. Lucky for me, y is already isolated, right? So I can easily use this right here and put it into that part of the equation. So I have x plus 14 equals 44. See how I put this where the y was? So now I have 2x plus 14 equals 44. So 2x, when I subtract the 14, is going to be 30, so x equals 15. So if I know that this number plus the first number plus the second number is 44, I can get out my calculator and do 44 minus 15, and I get y equals 29. So let's interpret my answer. So my first number equals 15. My second number equals 29. There we go. Right? And if I had to check it, well, what is 29 minus 15 to get my second number, right? Because my rule was x minus. That's not working out, is it? The second number is 14 less than the first number. That should be 14 more, shouldn't it? We'll talk about this in class. We'll figure it out. Okay, because I just want to get the video up there. But either way, you should have 15 and 29 as the two numbers. We'll figure out where I went wrong. I know you guys will be able to tell me. Okay, so let's move on to this last doozy of a question. All right, so Jody has $13 bills in her wallet. They are 5s, 10s, and 1s, and they add up to $56. There are two more dollar bills than $5 bills. There's one less $10 bill than a $5 bills. How many of each bill does Jody have in her wallet? Okay, so we're going to define the variables and write a system of equations. Beautiful. So I'm going to make my W variable, which I know we haven't seen before, $5 bills. I'm going to make my X $10 bills, and my Y is going to be $1 bills. And I'm simply doing that because that's how it was given to me in the question, 5s, 10s, and 1s. That's why I chose that order. If you chose a different order, then of course your variables aren't going to match up to my equations, but they should still align accurately with the given information. All right, so they tell me that there are two more $1 bills than $5 bills. So Y is $1 bills. Y is going to equal W plus 2 because there's two more $1 bills than $5. So I'm going to take $5 bills numbers plus the 2. They also tell me there's one less $10 bill than $5 bills. So $10 bills is going to equal the number of $5 bills minus 1. And then they tell me that there are 13 total bills. So W plus X plus Y is going to equal 13. So this number 56 up here might have been a little distracting. That's just to check your work. So once you have your answers and you know how many of each bill you have, make sure that that total of those dollars does equal 56. So the nice thing is I can do substitution here because if you look, I have the value of Y, I have the value of X. I can put those into this third equation and solve for W and then work my way around that to find X and Y. So I'm going to take this expression and this expression, and I'm going to put them here in this equation. So I'm going to have W plus 2 plus W minus 1, and that's going to add up to 13. Okay, so remember this was my X, and this is my, excuse me, this is my y, and this is my x, because I got that information from up here. So I have 3 w's, and positive 2 minus 1 is 1, equals 13. Then I get 3w equals 12 after I subtract that 1. So I know that w equals 4. So if w equals 4, that tells me how many $5 bills I have, right? So I can put that 4 back in here, and I know that y is going to be 4 plus 2. Y was my $1 bills. So y is going to equal 6 $1 bills. And then I can also put the w here, and this will tell me how many $10 bills I have. 4 minus 1 is 3. So interpreting my answer, I'm going to say Jody has 4 $5 bills, 6 $10 bills, and 6 $1 bills. What am I doing? And 3 $10 bills. And this adds up to $56. So I know it's true, right? Because 30 plus 20 plus 6 will give me the $56. Okay, so hopefully you guys weren't too confused. And again, I'm going to need your help to figure out what exactly where I went wrong here, because this looks like I have my first and second number flip-flopped. So I'm looking for all input on that on Monday on Tuesday and Wednesday. Hope you guys have a great weekend or had a great weekend, and I will see you soon.